Right, so I know I said I was gonna make more videos last night, but it turned out to be my friend's birthday. And so there was a big party downstairs with a bunch of language partners, and my presence was kind of requested, so I had to go do that. So I'm making the next video now. It's I'm leaving for my homestay, and it looks like 50 minutes, so I'm gonna try my best to throw these videos up today. We went to Kyoto the other day, and the Kyoto stay is an overnight stay. So we took a train to Kyoto, and we went to the station. The Kyoto Eki is like really, really big. Kyoto is really beautiful. I actually made a little card of stuff to talk about so I remember everything. It's really beautiful. It's one of the best places I've been in Japan, and also one of the places that I didn't really like in Japan at the same time. And the reason for that is because the temples and everything are just gorgeous, and there's so much history, and it's so beautiful, and you see the castles. The problem with it is that other people know this, and so it's a really big tourist trap. If you go to some more obscure temples, they'll be a little less impressive, but it won't be really touristy. I really can't get into going to big touristy locations, because then I blend in too well, and the problem with that is that everybody just expects that I'm just another tourist that has no idea what they're doing, and people will just try to talk to me in English, and I'm not here to speak English, and I don't know, it's really kind of upsetting. But aside from that, like, Kyoto is gorgeous. I went to probably like 6 or 7 temples, a castle or two. It's really nice. The first place we went was under construction, so that was like, it was okay. But the second place we went was so beautiful, but you weren't allowed to take pictures inside, that I just went ahead and suckered in, bought the art book of pictures, because you go in and it's like this big long hall, and it's 1,001 gold statues. And each one is subtly different, but you can't understand how many, and they're like real size statues of people, and you just can't understand how many 1,001 of something that serious is. I mean, like, the only thing I can really think of is like small things, like I know what 1,001 rice probably looks like, or people, but just something that was actually like handcrafted and take that much time. It's just ridiculous. And then in front of the statues there were the greater Buddhist gods, and it was made during the Kamakura period, which is like a really serious warlord kind of period in Japanese history. So all these Buddhist gods are all like really decked out in war gear, because that's what the culture was at the time. So I always kind of wondered what the Asian infatuation with the statues was back in time, because first of all, whenever you go to an Asian place, like at the Met they have an Asian wing, and the reason that those are always a little bit lame is just because they just keep the really good Asian art in Asia. So you're not going to see good stuff in the States. You have to actually physically come here to see like stuff this awesome. But like just the way that the statues were, and you really thought that they were just going to step out and they were alive, because the way the eyes are done, you can't get this from a textbook, even if they had pictures of this stuff in textbooks. But the eyes are glass, and it's so realistic that I don't know, it was absolutely insane. I just stood there just kind of gaping at them for a while. And a really cool thing about Kyoto is that you get one of these guys, and I don't want you, if you ever go to Kyoto, like, don't leave without getting one of these, because they're awesome. And what it is it's this book, and it's all these, blank, just get that newspaper out of there, all these blank pages, right? And it just goes on and on and on and on. And what you do is that at each temple you go to, there's a place where they will do calligraphy in your book and write the name of the temple, the name of the calligrapher, and the date. And they'll seal it with like the seal of the temple. So I have all of this beautiful calligraphy and that's as far as I got, but I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I went to 7 temples over the 2 days, and it's just like, they're so gorgeous. So I'm gonna make it my mission to try and get this guy full. It cost about roughly $3 for each calligraphy page that you do, but I mean, like, come on, like, that's definitely worth it. So I'm gonna get this folded up, and it's just gonna be like a serious possession of mine. So yeah, I mean, like, Kyoto's okay. There's a lot of tourists. I got kind of turned around in between the third and fourth temple we were going to, because my friends and I wanted to go to an extra temple, and so I got turned around. I didn't really know where I was in Kyoto, so I was looking around for somebody who would really know their way around, and I saw a tour group go by, but it was a Chinese tour group. So I turned around and I started busting out some really serious Chinese. And I asked, like, excuse me, like, I don't mean to bother you, but I think I might have lost my way. Can you please tell me how to get to this place on the map? I'm not sure, I'm trying to go south of here. And like, all the tourists were just like an American kid in Japan laying out, like, some really serious Chinese. And at the very end, she wound up telling me that it was closed, probably because it was later in the day. It wasn't closed, because I wound up going anyway just to make sure. But she told me it was closed, and so I laid out this really antiquated kind of Chinese phrase they don't use anymore. And I was just like, and what that is it's kind of like if one of them came over here and you told them some sort of bad news, and they were like, oh, shucks! So like I kind of said like, oh, shucks, and all of them thought it was just so funny. They started laughing really hard. So yeah, we wound up walking around, and like, Kyoto's absolutely gorgeous. It's really touristy, but I mean, like, if you can if you can deal with that, then it's great. It's an absolutely great place to be. So that's my Kyoto video, and now I'm gonna, I think, make one just about little culture things that I've experienced. So miss you guys back home, and I love you. Oh, and by the way, the reason that I'm peace again today is that like, the jeans that I was gonna wear today have like the remnants of a Irish car bomb on them, so it's like Guinness and Baileys all over my jeans. So they smell like day old Baileys, and I don't know if you've ever drank Baileys from a shoe, but it's a soft, creamy beige, and it's like really tasty. So I had to bust out like my serious, awesome jeans that I bought the other day, and I got these shoes, and it's like some pretty. I thought, like, if I'm gonna have to wear my nice jeans, then I'm just gonna go all out with all my new Japanese clothes. So I'm gonna roll into this homestay today and like some really nice stuff. So alright, well, that's it, and I'm gonna get on my culture notes.